What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I'd like to introduce another manufacturer to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the JC Wings April 2024 releases. So welcome JC Wings to the channel, and very excited to bring on another manufacturer and increase our upload frequency here on the channel. So we got ourselves the April announcements from JC Wings. They came out on the day of Sunday, March 24th, which is still during the time that I've got a pretty big snowstorm happening up here, so I got stranded up on campus over the weekend. So that has resulted in the airport update for this coming week, being postponed to a later date. It will be uploaded on Monday, April 1st, is what I have it scheduled for at the moment. So without further ado, let's begin with our 1 to 200 releases, and we'll start off from the top left. First release that we've got a Cathay Dragon A330-300, looking really nice. And then moving down, we've got a Lufthansa A340-600 wearing the Star Alliance livery. Not entirely sure if that's ever existed before, but that's a pretty interesting choice. Wonder why they didn't do the A340-300 one, since that one I know has flown around before. Below that, we've got an ANA 787-9, I want to say that is. The graphic is not necessarily the best resolution, but I think that's a -9 in that case. Moving along, we've got a Japan Air Commuter ATR-42 with a bit of a special livery there on the rear of the aircraft. I think that looks like some type of bird. I can't entirely see, but that looks really interesting. And below that, we've got an EVA Air A321. Now, I think this is an A321 CEO, because this is the old livery, and I would assume that if they had any A321 Neos, it would be with the new livery. And then we've got a Varig 747-400, which I don't entirely know for sure if they've ever operated the 744, but I don't think they did. But I'm going to do a quick search while I'm recording here to confirm my findings. Oh no, they actually did. They operated 3 in the 1990s, so that is not a fantasy model, as I assumed at the start, so my apologies there. But just give myself a quick fact check, and indeed, they have operated 3 before, so that will look really nice when that comes out. And then above that, we've got a Azul ATR-72, which has a real-life image on it, just lassoed out of the real image and then put onto this graphic here. And then below that, we've got an Air China A320, which has a special blue livery with some kind of flowers on it. I'm not sure. I wish it had more specific information, like a text graphic, but as I record this right now, I can't find any like text graphics or anything, so I'm just going to go with what I see here. And then continuing on, we've got an American 777 with I think that's the a breast cancer awareness livery, the pink ribbon on it, looking really nice. And then a Shenzhen Airlines 737 MAX 8 below that. And how about this right here, a Southwest 727-200 right below that. This is the default Southwest livery that they had instead of the one that has those different titles like the one that Gemini Jets did, which is what I have in my collection. And then we've got a Ryanair 737-800 with some kind of special sticker on there. I think, can't entirely see what that says for sure, but that's a special sticker nonetheless. Got some more 1 to 200s on part 2. We've got a Thai MD-11 with the old livery. I got a couple flaps down releases after that. A China Airlines 777-300ER with the Boeing house livery, and also an Aeroflot A350-900. Then we have a Sky A380, I believe that is. This is just straight out of the factory with only the engines and the tail painted. And then below that, we've got a Holiday 737-300, I think? Or Air New Zealand, I think, because I just saw the Air New Zealand logo on the tail, but a very interesting livery there with that light green on it. And they got a Mercado Libre DC-930, so we get to see the return of the DC-930 to 1 to 200. And a future release as well, the Profit Hunter E2 makes an appearance, and that will be awesome. And then we have a Scandinavian Airlines 767-300 in the old livery, and a Kuwait Airways A300. How about this right here? Singapore Airlines 757-200. That's going to look really good. Ooh, I see some more good stuff down there at the bottom. I can't stop looking down. We got an Air France 737 up next. I think that is, I want to say that's a 500 because that's the old titles. Because I don't think Air France ever operated the 600 to my knowledge, but I'll check that here later. And then we've got a some type of government plane, a 787-8, I believe. I think that says, I don't think that says Royal Brunei, because that'd be a different livery. But hopefully somebody has a text graphic out at some point. I got a Qantas 737-800 after that in the old livery with no winglets, and a very lovely Alaska 737-400 combi. Looking really nice, and I can tell it's a combi because it doesn't have the passenger windows on the front half of the aircraft, only on the back half. They used to operate those quite a while ago now, and those have since been retired and replaced with 737-700s and 800s. And then moving along to our 1 to 400 releases, we've got a beautiful Korean Air 787-9 to start things off, both a normal and flaps down release to be included. We've got a Silk Air Fokker F70, I believe. That would indeed be the case. It looks like it's gotten a 1 to 200 release before, so looking really nice. And then a bit of a special A320 fan something. I can't totally read the graphics. I think it's Air Berlin. I see like the red on the bottom and Air Berlin. So an Air Berlin A320 with some kind of special livery. Then we have a Nok Air ATR 72, another one of these like really cool, vibrant liveries. And then we have a Q200, the quiet one, a Dash 8. I'm guessing this is a de Havilland house livery or a Bombardier house livery of some kind. And how about this right here, a Copa Airlines 737 MAX 9 with the pink livery. I'm going to think about getting that because I don't have Copa in my collection just yet. Moving on to the right side, we've got a Cathay Pacific 777-300ER with a normal and flaps down release to be included. And then a KLM 737 up next. This one is in the old livery and has, I think, some kind of special sticker. It has the worldwide reliability sticker too, the Northwest KLM sticker that they had back in the day. And then an Aeromexico 757-200 in the old livery to follow up on that. Looking really nice. And a SkyTeam Alitalia E190. And we have a C-40A from the United States Navy. Now, I know Gemini Jets did this a very, very, very long time ago. And with this being on the slightly updated mold, this will look really nice. And we got a Condor A330 Neo, the blue one. Gemini did the green one, so if you want to get more colors, there's a chance to get one. Got a couple 747-8s up next. This one looks like we've got one that's in the factory primer thing, the green primer that they have on the materials that they use to build the plane, and then a Polar DHL hybrid 748. Got it a couple more down below that. We've got an Air China and also, I want to say, gosh, what's that bottom one? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to say for sure. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it's some kind of government VIP plane. But hopefully, when I get a text graphic a little later, I'll check that out. And I got an Asiana 747-400. This one will have a normal and flaps down release. This is also a future release, mind you, so this is not going to be sent out right away with this batch. Up next, we've got a Eurowings A321 with the IAE engines and a Finnair A350-900 with a normal and flaps down release. That's going to look really nice. I'm going to think about getting that because I don't have Finnair in my collection either. Then we have a Junyao Air 787-9. This one has another special livery. I have a feeling that I've seen that one before with the NG releases. I think that one may have been done before. And then we've got an Air Canada Cargo 767-300 with the red livery. Now, I know Gemini did the one with the black bottom on it and the black tail with the red maple leaf in it, so that'll complement that one really well if you want to get both. And then we have another future release, the Profit Hunter E2, making an appearance in both scales. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wait for some text graphics to come out, and I will take a look at those as we conclude this video. So to wrap up the JC Wings segment, I wanted to take a look at what we've all got for April. Unfortunately, I have not yet been able to obtain a text, like a list, a full text list of all the releases, so I'm just going to go primarily based off of the graphic that was posted on Instagram here for this recap. Checking out the 1 to 200s first. Pretty solid set, I would say. I'd be interested in that Southwest 727 if they did that in 400 scale, along with maybe that Varick 744 as well, because that's a very interesting airline to me. Over in the Part 2 section, the Alaska Combi 734 is very nice, and that Kuwait A300 as well. That's also a really nice choice, and hopefully we see more 1 to 400 A300s, since I know Gemini did that Emirates a couple months back. It is on that Jet X mold, so it's not the best mold in the world, but I'd say, what more can you do? And then on the 1 to 400, the Copa Max 9, I think I'm probably going to get that at some point as well. Again, this is just all going to depend on when it comes in. I would think within a few months' time, probably by June or July, they should all be in, because they usually have like a 3 to 4 month window from when they're announced to when they actually arrive at retailers. Some models do take longer to come in, so if I ever obtain a text list of all the releases that were announced, I'll be sure to post that in the comments section so that you guys can see what's all coming out and what models will be released at whatever month it will be and what models will be released later. And yeah, so Aeromexico, another good one there. Like that Aeromexico. And then the 748s, got a total of 4 of them. The Primer one, the Polar, the Air China, and then that government one. Pretty interesting choices. That Profit Hunter E2 as well is also really nice. That Asiana 747, because they are operating the last passenger flight as of, I think, today or within the next few days or so. I think they're going to operate the last Asiana 747 passenger flight. So with that leaves Lufthansa, I believe, as the last 744 passenger operator in the world, which is going to be quite interesting. That Finnair A350 is also high on my consideration list, so I'll have 2 releases to pick out from this set. The Copa Max 9 with the pink livery and the Finnair A359. Now let's go ahead and check out the Inflight200 releases, which I have at the end of this video, since they announced a smaller batch, and I wanted to put that into the video. It's only fitting that we have another new manufacturer join the channel as well, and I'm putting this at the end of the JC Wings release video because we've got a small batch here. We'll be looking at the Inflight200 April 2024 releases. I just spotted some new releases on the die-cast aircraft form. We've only got 4 to take a look at, as I said, so that's why I'll be including it here at the end of this video. But if they do have a bigger release in the future, I'll be sure to have them be in their own dedicated release video. So the 4 releases in question that we've got the Boeing Company 757-300. This one is wearing the Boeing house livery from the 90s with the white top and then the blue belly. Then we've got a Qantas 767-300, and then an Alitalia A319 with the old India Dash registration, and then an American A321 with the Stand Up to Cancer livery. So a decent batch for Inflight200, and a decent way to start off with Inflight200 here on the channel. I look forward to continuing to cover their own releases as well as we move into the future. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.